pick.
Let's go, boys! Let's go!
To pick this one up. I can hear some desperation from the cries here.
It's one guy.
See whether it's going to be T1 taking this or
He's trying to get like the audience to cheer, bro. It's one guy. Shut up, bro. Nobody's rooting for top. Sorry. Actually, the fucking analyst, the analyst desk all said top because they don't know ball. Good ward. Spotlight swap. Shoot a little bit deeper. Also helps Rumble not choose.
They have to get there first in order to.
They're gonna try the cheeky shit that T1 tries.
Draft. It's a fun draft. See whether it works here for T1 or whether once again Ivern is going to be a problem because he was a problem in the first game as well. And you can understand why they go back to it. I just don't necessarily see as much synergy between Ivern and Corky as what we saw with the Ivern Tristana, which has been historically pretty good. Faker is going to be spotted here by a lot of TES members. But otherwise, it is just a pretty defensive start for both teams.
Imagine, though, a world where T1 is 1,000 gold, 2,000 gold behind at 25 minutes, and they don't have map control, and they have to fight into brush with this composition with a lack of a strong front line outside of the Sejuani.
Also, Faker's favorite champ.
Brushes. It's really difficult to contest vision. Jackie level layers so much damage onto you while you're trying to get in there and actually set up that with the vision clear in those brushes as you try to approach dragons, barons later on. And more than shielding for something like a Tristana, I think that is the value of the Ivern here. As Faker's going to use his shield for a little bit of a trade.
Yep, getting some flow here as he's moving towards that tornado.
Did he hit that? Yes, he did.
We're not going to know whether he landed that one as we've got Mako going
Check HP bar. Yes, he hit it.
Does utilize his aftershock quite well.
I love this sort of, it's something we saw so often in the LPL when Leona's always been super popular. As you go to E level 1, proc the passive where they go for that trade, and just on the back of aftershock, it's really hard to actually win against the Leona, and a lot of these engaged supports don't do that much level 1.
Ow.
That's painful.
Oh my God, we got Rumble so broken. What are they nerfing fucking Rumble?
This wave to come on up.
The chip is so stupid. He's been stupid for years.
Okay, making some money there as well is the Rumble, because of course you deserve to have more money and more damage at the same time, right?
Yeah, I think we can see why this champion's banned a lot.
Yeah.
Pretty strong.
Faker's got the reads on him.
Powerful up there on the top side. The Leona matchup historically has been fantastic into Rakan.
Like, there's nobody to see Morgan. Yasuo mid. I said it at the start of the stream. Like, Yasuo, like, there's champions that can counter Trish Quirky that people don't play.
That it's really easy here for top esports to control the bottom side. So while they have
get his 250 clear off
into this Rumble, they have a strong point here bottom side, and that is right now where both junglers are pathing.
Yeah, Tien doing,
and again, this is all because of Faker, Playmaker. They banned Azir Talia.
Be able to put a brush
they left
in here,
strong shit open, and they had to ban Renata.
What Ona's getting up to. I don't know whether he got full vision, but I think seeing the Gromp is being has been taken down gives him enough of an idea as to what's going on here. As there goes,
cut him off here. This is Flash, right?
Possibly out of position though, as Kerry is going to move on over first. Gumayushi.
What's happening? Where's Jackie Left's almost dead. Faker's coming.
The heal comes in to make sure Gumayushi is safe.
I was so flash. This game's over.
Faker's going to come over. That's first blood for Gumayushi, and Arcane Shift gets Jackie Love out of
We are the champions. Let's go, bro. They don't know what to do. Their heads spinning. Bums.
Be able to steal the camps if Ona's doing them, and the synergy between the Rakan and the Sejuani, I think it was about a year ago, they made Rakan count as a melee champion, so he can stack that passive. And you see here, Tien has to flash early because he doesn't want the passive stacked on him, but then easy W follow-up for Carry.
Guma does so much damage here on the side as well. There's nothing they can do. Jackie Love getting chunked out while this is all happening as they're pushed up too far.
Faker kind of looks like he wanted that kill. I think he just wanted a KP.
Lane matchup so far. And I think a lot of this comes down to the fact that it felt forced. You know, you have this Ezreal Prio, you want to use it, but you're still an Ivern, you know? Maybe with a different jungler, you could have gotten more out of it.
They know it's warded. Oh, nice flash! Let's go, bro. What a dog shit draft. It's over, bro.
369, he could do nothing but watch.
Such a devastating hit. And the thing is, you're flashless. You go on top lane to try and support 369 so you can crash the wave. But in a 2v2 against Sejuani Rumble, you stand no chance.
I fucking love it. I love that they didn't pick the Metaslave cringe shit except for Sejuani.
Has an old matchup, but a good one, as it turns out here for Faker.
Mid, pretty much.
He has played a few games, 9 games, I think, to his career from what I can find. It's been quite a while since he played his last. We'll check out this fight once again.
Just so greedy.
There's no flash.
JS also has the overheat, so can get the max value out of the Q damage there, as well as his autos. Owner has the flash available, so he can just set up the stun. And this Ivern is so fragile. You know, I feel like it cannot be overstated how easy it is to blow him up. The same
all
can't be said
1v1
of
by
this Aftershock Sejuani. So two aggressive plays from T1 just answered by Owner, who's had such
they picked
a fantastic
Cassante into
series.
it.
You think back to his Nidalee last game, his early game here, extremely impactful as well.
And his Sejuani is just so incredibly good. You mentioned already, Ox, the fact that so much had to be invested in early drafts to put Top Esports in such good positions. Take game 1, for example, there, and having to give that up to adjust to how the series has been going seems to have not necessarily worked out. Still very early days here as we tick towards 6 minutes in, and a possible gank opportunity as T1 looking to move up into this.
I mean, this dude,
rush,
this brother is starving.
Going to give them much of an opportunity here. So they look to stack this wave in, and the Grubs, they'll just go over to Owner. Full control of the map here for
he has
T1
his top camp set, but he's
I
starving.
feel like at this point, Ken is just so on the back foot. He needs any sort of
I
opportunity.
will say, Iron can operate with no gold.
Behind his Ivan to the point where you're being invaded.
Or minimal gold,
it becomes so difficult to set up your camps than actually.
But if ever gets to the point where he starts getting invaded, he can't do anything.
Painful fast, so he needs just to find an avenue where he can stabilize the game and make sure Owner does not just run away with it.
Well, you can see Faker taking a few rockets here. Not going to have a win
a few
for
rockets.
all of them. Has just teleported back to lane. I'm just
I don't got Iron Champs. Like I said, that's what I said. Cassante's all right, but Leona's really good. Just win. Just ignore Leona, just win.
And Gumayusi taking a little bit of damage here. Jackie Love landing a few mystic shots pretty nicely, but it's not going to be a full commitment as the Blade Caller not getting too much value here.
Is that a clear look VOD? I know, he had a 255 clear. He was just bored after.
I'm looking forward to seeing when we do get some of these knockups to start getting laid in. Faker
it is
getting
1080p, it's their side.
Fights, because they can create so much chaos for Gumayusi to just throw feathers at people.
Yeah, not to mention, if you keep people in the air during that last breath, you have the Rumble ultimate stacking on top of that. You keep them in place for so long during the ultimate animation that Zeus just burns them down.
He missed
you can
that
see
cannon.
why this is a good matchup for Yasuo, because he's got the wind wall, he has the passive shield. Don't want to be taking Gatling gun damage, that's where it gets a little bit trickier. But beyond that, you can handle so much poke and continue to trade aggressively. Cream finally turning this one back around. I want to mention briefly as well the items in the bottom lane. Guma going for the Berserker's Greaves early into the tier gives him so much power in those early trades like we saw just moments ago. And the Ezreal lead is just starting to fade away. In fact, behind now in CS as well.
Yeah, and I feel like particularly when you have
Did ever make a comeback pro play
with like a quirky Ezreal. When
Brian wants them to, they can. I don't think Zed's bad at all.
So high value, like that's why we've kind of seen Braum being pretty strong in the current meta.
I don't really consider Zed an assassin.
He's
like a
the wind wall just being such an immovable way to block all those projectiles.
Like 80
and
caster
it means while these
pusher.
ults are firing off from T1, there's just going to be a portion of the fight where Cream and Jackalove just can't do anything.
Yeah, T1 as well. I mean, that snare is pretty important for the Ivern to augment these team fights. The fact that your teammates can then follow up on a lot of that potential engage gives 369 a way to get into a backline and gives Faker a way to deny that from Top Esports. So you can see some of the value here for the Yasuo, not to mention the fact that Faker will be a devil in a side lane. Don't need to tell anyone who plays League of Legends the Yasuo does like side lanes. Really does enjoy sitting there.
And Zeus is already so far ahead, and it's all part of the assist kill he got earlier, part of the first strike, part of the massive CS lead. Already 1,000 gold up in the matchup. Yeah. And we saw before when he had that lane swap situation, fell behind, still was super impactful in the Rumble. Now he's in a scenario where he's very fed already, looking real good for him.
Well, there's an equalizer. That's going to kill a wave as well as.
Would not just get flash for free. I think he was just trying to push the wave.
Attack on the bottom side as both junglers making their way in. Control Ward goes through T1, get the information that it's an even matchup, and they are going to back away.
I think Zeus is just trying to clear the wave. Oh my god.
Ending up pushing back the Leona.
Top is shut.
Cryo in mid and breaking through this choke point with Keria having level 6 is just off the cards. 369. Flashless top side. T1 winning everywhere again, and it's just going to be the Dragon going over uncontested. There's nothing this Ivern can do with level 6. It's not a spike he can use to really actually impact a fight like this.
They gotta do
quite
nothing.
like the Zyra ultimate, quite like something like an Emperor's Divide you could see coming over. He's there, but he's
I just realized Quirky went first strike.
It's so sad that Top Esports felt like they needed this extra front line in the Cassante. You can understand why, but I just really would have loved to see 369's cannon in this series.
I don't know why he didn't play it. He played against G2.
They can claw their way back. But Cannon could have worked kind of nicely, I guess, with something like the Ivern, but they do run out of so much front line if that does happen.
I think T1 did ban it in second rotation. I think
yes, they did too.
They did deny it there, and obviously felt kind of locked into securing the Ezreal Leona, but really hasn't paid off yet. But I think the big thing for me, obviously top Esports in a deficit now, but both the mid and AD carry have that Triforce Manamune spike together. And even if you're at a deficit, playing around that spike might be a good avenue to get back into the game. So top Esports might be weathering the storm now, but that's definitely an angle they can look to capitalize on.
Battle Dance Grand Entrance, not quite going to work out here. Is Tien going to get a flash out? Isaias in trade for his own.
I wonder if he doesn't Daisy
well.
first.
There's a big investment as far as bodies towards
if they
the
don't
top
get the
side.
slow,
already on
so
these
Leona
grubs.
can
Should be
combo.
one of them out of this second three to go over to owner. At least they might be able to stick around. And 6 grubs when they have so much power in side lanes with this Rumble Yasuo. It's going to mean that these turrets could be really in trouble. There's the 5th and the 6th not looking
Mirrors,
like
every time someone plays Cassante, looks useless. I think it's useless as well. Same way with Maokai.
Like, this was at what, 5-6 minutes into the game. That set them up for all of this cascading control around these neutral objectives.
And it's, you know, it's somewhat of a draft problem here for top esports or how they played it out, because if it with a different jungler with that bottom side prio you had, I think that the Ivern could have, or anything that wasn't an Ivern could have actually maybe gotten something done there if played correctly. But the Ivern, 2 missteps early. Tian finding himself falling far behind. This Rumble is so far ahead as Faker.
Yep, gonna go aggressive on to Cream here. Puts down the wind wall, a very small one. As top
squad
almost right there for the answer. Faker is going to be able to go in before the rest of them do turn up. As now Owner's moving in. There's the Glacial Prison. Doesn't get any knockouts.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Top is playing scared. Corky flash right there, even though Liana's blocking. Like, the Cassante flash top side, these guys are shaking. They're so nervous.
Still trading blows as Carrier
Strong little pup.
Bottom side once again.
Scared to lose. That flight home on your mind.
He's going to back away. So a little bit of a stalemate here, and those first early kills were definitely very impactful here for T1. But I think stemming of the bleeding has started here for top esports. We'll see whether that can continue to get them to those spikes that you mentioned, Wolf.
But I still think it's really big burning things like Cream's flash. Felt like he was a little bit on edge there, you know, Mako in position to block it, but ended up just flashing, wanting to stay safe. The thing is, burning that really is so important. I feel like for a composition like T1's,
fighting too hard not to lose. Actually, that's what it is.
As long as you're burning people's summoners and getting
I don't want to
down,
lose.
Means when a fight does arise and we have that dragon in the mid 45, those combos are so much more threatening, and both Tian and Cream are going to be targets.
Zayas' lead, we talked about earlier, he skipped boots because he went for magical footwear, so he just gets straight into the Leandri, so that's a big spike for him wave clear-wise. Also helped him clear those grubs so there was no contest from top esports because he could just crush that
TP back,
fast. The winning mid lane as well here with Guma.
The little things.
Grabbing 2 plates here. And it just feels like there's no jungler here for top esports. Tian is so far behind into his composition. He's so fragile with no map control. He can't even take his own blue buff here. And it feels like a 5v4.
Like I said, when Ivern starts falling behind and it gets invaded, then you have a problem. I said it earlier. He can't fight back.
If you're starting to set up the camps, you have to be
he falls behind, he can't fight back. Then he starts bleeding and bleeding and bleeding, and it just doesn't stop. You lose both sides of your jungle.
Really, it has not been a good game for a player who has had, honestly, a really strong tournament.
Yeah, this has been the most consistent Tien's looked in a really long time to me, especially internationally. And his performance in the LPL has also been fantastic. Unfortunate that we do have this game number 4 now. See whether he can turn it around mid-game, though. He is behind a lot of farm. We know the value an Ivern can have.
Can we put our fucking our boots on fucking the juicers' throats, please? You're making me sick.
Forward. And this is looking a little
I'm not sure they can kill.
Going to come on in. Let's see whether the Cassante can do some Cassante things. And it looks like T1, they were thinking that that might be happening as the Rift Herald will be started by TES with a lot of people moving up.
We have a good flank to flank.
Aggressive teleport to come in though.
Nobody pinged it. Nobody sees it.
Wanting that flank angle. He's on this wall.
Ooh, whoosh. Corky's cut off. No flash, no flash, no flash.
There's the grand entrance, and there is the last.
We stole the rift. Ice flash dead. Bye-bye. Learn how to play actual champs. Meta abuser. Yep, slow push, slow, slow. Slow, slow, slow. Slow! Ice Faker! Slow, it can be lost, it can be lost. Win wall, win wall, win wall, win wall!
The desperation, but the feathers are there, and so is Jackie Love. He's dashing forward, he's trying to find
okay.
There's Kuma, he's flashing the triple kill for Jackie, make that a quadra, and Top Esports are back in the game.
Huge team fight from Jackie Love, just slowly moving
It took
forwards
too
on this Ezreal, landing the mystic shots, picking up the damage. Huge pop off and a quadra kill to bring them back in the game.
And 369.
Gotta play it slow. Cassante lived too long.
The man that helps them get it done. Plays this so fantastically as a follow here. With the flash from Baker,
We stole Rift.
onto Cream, puts him out of the fight. Equalizer is pretty good here, but 369 is ready to turn this fight around. Goes Mako, gets into position, helps start peeling for Jackie Love. Then you see the 369.
Wind wall.
Fuck. Baker is unstoppable during the knockup from Carrier.
Imagine if you have wind wall right here. Oh my god.
Jackie Love has free reign. Mako sacrificing himself here so that the Ezreal can continue to push forward. And T1, no range here, no way to fight back. Guma tries his best. The shield's coming through from Tiana just too much. The quadra bringing Top Esports back into the game, and Faker is not happy about it.
And I feel like in that situation, you know, T1 committed on a Cream, knew had no flash, took him out, might do so again.
No, owner, bro, are we locked the fuck in? Like, bro, I'm not trying to cause a scene right now, but I'm getting, need to lock it in, okay, bud?
Drives there, and now Triforce finished, won't be far away from Manami, and those spikes we're talking about approaching. See though if they want to contest this dragon that T1 have started up.
Yep, Hextech already getting taken down here by T1. And Tien showing that value like we were asking him for in that last fight, able to be that support even after Mako goes down so that Jackie Love can carry the fight. Looked fantastic still. Fair bit of work to do as they are behind 2,000 gold and a couple of dragons to boot.
Try to focus Ivern,
going to be important, but this is just showing that the team fighting prowess of an Ivern still going to be a big issue in this game. As now 369 going aggressive onto Zeus. Will get himself out of there.
And you know, with it being an Inferno Soul, obviously T1 have 2 dragons in the bag, but it would be, wait a second.
Yeah.
Orgy's actually up gold.
Yeah.
Able to get himself out of the way.
It would be huge if Top Esports
being down 2 kills and 3 CS.
The ability haste of Corki and Ezreal can be so massive.
Yeah, Solar Flare coming on through. That is going to be Cream teleporting on top of an equalizer that was put down for the minion wave. All out comes in.
I'll play it, Furia.
Quickness to make sure that everyone's sharp, but the double Q will connect. 369 likely to go down, but they'll take a 2-for-1 any day of the week in this game state.
He also denies the kill there from
That's first strike and Cole.
is going to pick that one up, so walks out from the Sejuani. Faker will get a turret here in exchange, but it is going to be a turret for turret. First brick going.
There we go. There we go.
T1.
Timber, bitch.
Sorry, that was a play. Play T instead.
Yeah, still a squishy Ivan. You know, nothing's changed there. Still vulnerable if you're caught out, and I think that kind of just reminds you of the risk playing against this T1 composition. The burst potential is there, but here the initial engage doesn't quite connect onto Zeus. 369. I mean, after the hero plays last game, which unfortunately wasn't enough, he's been doing so much work this game to keep Top Esports hopes alive. Gets that beautiful double knockup, finishes off the kill on a carrier, knows he's dead, refuses to approach owner. And yeah, as you said, really far behind.
Figure going next.
Frozen having a big impact.
I mean, 369 is just never out of any game ever.
Never.
That's what I've learned from watching this player since what, 2018 or something like that when he first started for Top Esports.
Yeah, even if he rolls a 3 early, there's still the 9 potential later on.
Exactly. This is the thing.
I mean, to be fair, what I would do if I was Figure is I would go wind wall, Mac.
On a 9, but he always gets
how do they do any damage if you just drop fucking wind wall?
You're up to, right? Faker going to get rid of this top outer turret, and they're not out of the woods just yet.
Trust me.
T1 going to utilize this rift.
I played W Max Yasuo against EUS from NA, and I solo killed their rank 4 player
that global gold over
on 120 ping.
It's now backing away. The rest of TES just moving towards this top side as a unit, understanding that teamfight strength really is what this composition is good for, especially after what they just learned in that last one. around the Herald.
T1 need to continue to group like this and essentially 4-1 with Zeus, because without map control, this composition will fall apart very quickly as Keria is making a big risk here. Will get out with his life.
Well, really, it's a pretty fun way to get towards a demolished proc as he sidesteps the True Shot Barrage. Gumayushi,
we're gonna have to hit our engage. Like, we're actually gonna need a good recon engage.
Talking about those 2 item spikes, they are here right now.
Or we have got to hit Sejuani ult. I forgot. They kind of have range on us.
Around that fight.
And now Jackie can play up aggressively in mid, start to harass with the poke, and
but there's
T1
nobody there.
Find an engage to stop it from happening.
Yep, Solar Flare is going to come on through here as Daisy's going to get knocked up. Faker goes in with the ulti.
Nice!
Mako, who's taken out by the Sejuani of all people. Zeus
your Warmogs. Wait for Warmogs.
It doesn't do a massive amount. They've got their one pick, but they have to sacrifice a bunch of their health bars in order to get it.
The big thing as well, a lot of ults used, and giving TS the confidence, even though support down, looking to continue to be aggressive. You saw Jackal Arcane shift in towards the end of that play. He's still looking for angles.
Yeah, gonna have to flash out of the way of that one as Gumayushi is so incredibly low. Has to Feather Storm, True Shot Barrage, just barely misses. And that is
we got his flash.
Value there from Gumayushi, but he has to go back home. He's on about 100 health.
And you mentioned the ultimates used there. Zeus committing his just to make sure they end up killing Mako, but if he had it, I think it would have been a bigger deterrent there for top Esports. Mako dies anyways.
Corky's actually
really
fed as well.
Value there for Zeus on the equalizer. Luckily for Guma, he gets away, doesn't have to use either of his summoner spells, so moving into this first Infernal Dragon here, he's going to have both of those up. Faker sitting on 2 items, especially that second one.
Why doesn't my Ezreal do that damage at those items?
He wants to just hold top esports players in the air as long as possible. Even if it's just one, get that pick, and this fight is definitely winnable. But getting on top of Jackie Love, that's something this composition cannot necessarily consistently do. This Ezreal was behind early, but now with those 4 kills coming through, he is a menace, and he's ready to carry these fights if the initial engage doesn't work out.
I will say, though, his flash being down, definitely a big positive factor for them. So I think this fight is huge. One of the mid-game spikes for top esports, and they need to deny this next round.
It's hard to kill Leona through Ivern.
Keep himself healthy, and you
Very
can see
hard.
TN just raining shields down on his team.
Ivern has to die. He has flash.
He has an extra
Break 2 Daisy's a bit of a fucking thick gal.
Wanting to get control of mid before they do anything else. Cream pretty dangerous
Bushes,
with this burst damage.
That's a
we
really
mentioned
good
the item spikes that did come in.
Really good flank.
On a flank angle, looking pretty scary as well. If they can get behind the tree line, so to speak, that's TN's going to put up.
Oh my god, it's massive! Ivern!
The redemption comes down, but it doesn't let Jackie Love. He dies in the blink of an eye. They traded for
wow!
369.
Big fakes! I guess it's better because I did get Ezreal. Zeus did die.
They didn't even need the Zaya in the fight, as it turns out, as Cream is going to die.
Boom! What a flank, bro!
Beautiful approach to the team fight. You saw T1.
Holy shit, let's go!
Corralling them in. The approach here was so strong. Zeus on the flank here. There was nowhere to go.
I didn't see that. I forgot that Ezreal didn't have sums.
Right into Zeus with Keria there for the
oh, what a flank!
Is flawless for T1.
When your Rumble is this far ahead, forget CC setup for the Ezreal. Just assassinate him. And that's exactly what they did. Drop the equalizer, press the flame spitter, down goes the Ezreal.
That's all sums down. Oh my god, it's one.
And the Yasuo is just so tanky with this gauntlet
one.
in his inventory.
No, they won't. So, the reason that they got Rumble Sejuani is because it's very recall. Is because T1 or top banned out Talia.
See you later.
And Azir from Faker.
Yeah, as you were talking about the... Oh,
they went at Tristana, but then T1 just banned Tristana. We're like, oh, we'll go Quickie. Quickie sucks. Oh, you need a little... Uh-oh, Jackie Lust tilted! It's all good, Jack. It's all good, Jack. Hey, it's off. Hey, it's fine, bro. You won Worlds 15 years ago. It's fine, bro. All good, brother. Take it off.
Yeah, backdoor bonus is not going to be removed by those guys.
You can, like, think about your future outside of League after you retire on the plane ride. Back home. Bitch.
On the Baron play so far is okay. That's an
dead. Bye-bye.
Doesn't even go down as they've taken one.
Let's go. They're all dead.
Careful. He is out. He's just going to walk away from it. The front line is just kind of limping after that, but that's all they need to do. As T1's push is at least going to be stopped.
Idiot! Tristana one tricks are getting exposed.
Esports, every time a fight kicks off, a skirmish opens up, top Esports are trying to find an angle in, and T1 are just playing better.
And these Tristana abusers are getting exposed. Like, bro, you would think, like, you would like, not, like, oh my god, they're not just insta slamming Quirky Tristana. Let's play real champs as well. Quirky, lose both games. Quirky.
And then with this amount of control,
Cringe dogs.
These plays from Carrier become so much easier to set up. Even with the turret here, you just have so much control. Worst case scenario, you back out and take the turret. You can see a lot of damage layered through here, but T1 can get out. Look at this. Guma finding the opportunity. The root comes through, and he assassinates him with the ultimate. T1 with Soul Point in their hands.
I
now
never
as
doubted.
well.
Not for a fucking second.
Lead. They're looking to close this tournament out.
All the analysts. I have top beats. Like, nice, bro. Top beats fucking G2.
Not going to be one of these counter.
It's not a real team. Yes, anybody looks good against G2. FlyQuest looks good against G2.
She is likely to go down again.
Fucking FlyQuest is fighting for last in the LCS. Yes, they look good against G2, bro.
In a row have been extraordinarily good. Bit of a trading places there with Owner as Daisy's being very frustrating, but this turret is not long for the world.
Got baited. People don't understand teams that play to their skill level. Like, unfortunately, T1's a team that will play to the enemy's skill level.
People sometimes look at it as being,
but they're still better. They find a way.
Playing things like the Ashe, obviously was big for him. Callista support. I feel like so far this season he's been a lot
T1 versus TL was the true finals. That's what I'm saying. At least Team Liquid lost to the champions, right? And it was competitive, and they threw against the champs. Right? We didn't get 2-0'd by a team that's getting curb stomped.
The fact that it only empowers Faker to be even stronger with this ultimate as well as he gets the knockup onto 369 there. Carrier gets himself out, getting the information here, but top Esports immediately remove those wards. All 5 members grouped up. They're looking for the go. Faker not going to give his back to 369.
Oh no.
Lands onto 2, and there is the Q. It's a follow-up. Going to be enough.
Oh, the counter gauge!
Absolutely. And then gets himself out of there.
Gets stunned.
And top Esports stand their ground because Gumayushi, he just wasn't there for that one. It is only 1 kill though for now, and they do send
focus up.
So 4v4 here in this mid lane as the action ends.
They're looking for more, though. They want to take out this turret. Bounty's up. Only 2 minions here. Teleport to keep it alive as they really want this turret gold.
Soul and 50.
Yeah, they should be able to
oh,
get it
they're
as
going to
well.
have vision control.
Keeping those minions up, and with
bro,
the
not
5
again.
Man, they will be able to get there. 45 seconds, though. Such an awkward amount of time before this Drake is up.
They need to get some resets in quickly, but they're not going to be back on the map soon enough, so T1 will have control of the vision in the area. Taking out the mid tower is huge, but that Infernal Soul in a second will be big. You can see 369 trying to get the angle of Fake. The ult from Mako is huge, but unfortunately, Jacqueline fired his 2-shot barrage up to the side.
Kind of trolling our win walls.
Is massive, but again, Guma wasn't there. The damage just missing a little bit, and as a result, T1 don't clean sweep, but they are still 8,000 gold ahead. 15 seconds until they can secure Dragon Soul, and top Esports need to stop that from happening.
No way, right?
Teleport from Zayas here as well. The TS trying to play around these brushes, trying to force their way into
everybody has flash except for Leona Cassante.
To break through T1, Zayas is all back up and available. Same for Faker. All it takes is one big knockup.
The flank.
With this amount of pride, this amount of vision control, you got to leapfrog those brushes forward as top Esports. Give Jackulov a position to carry. Carry will be spotted on this flank, but it may be too late.
Yeah, Gumayushi out of vision. Carrier is going to walk over that control. What is this Dragon?
Gotta be careful.
Going down low. The ulti's going to
this
go
is Ronnie ult.
Might
hit it. Great rumble ult! Into Rakan! Burn, baby, burn! Let's go! Boom! Let's go! Bro, Kira fucking cooked this series. We performed in the fucking Rumble. We did it. Nobody counted us to win it. They said it couldn't be done. We couldn't be the first Esports World Cup League of Legends winners. And we proved them wrong. T1! 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 Woo! Woo! Let's go, boys! Let's go! go!
The huge grin that Carrier deserves.
Absolutely.
Let's go!
Performance from Carrier in this international. Coma goes directly to him. He's
Guys, another selfie?
He's earned this win for T1. There were a lot.
Yo, I'm part of the team. Yo.
A lot of doubters coming into this. Was fantastic. T1 bringing out the Yasuo in the final game.
We did it, boys. We did it. High five. Hey, Faker. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Thank you.